Hello everyone, this is BHAVIK CHOKSHI over here and hope you guys are doing great. This is a video where we want to give you a quick overview of our regular batches and their differences with the fast track batch. A lot of times students are confused on which of the two batches are more suitable for them considering the time that they have, considering the coverage, etc. So a quick video along with this slide, which I will even share on Telegram, which can help you decide. As a general rule, in a regular batch, whether it is FR or whether it is SFM, what does happen is it goes at a regular pace. The explanation is a little more detailed and sums are solved by the professor as well as the student in class. So in certain cases, we can even give you time for you to think and try on your own before we give you the answers, and we will solve the questions in fair. So for example, if there's a consolidation problem, you will prepare the schedule 3 balance sheet, you will prepare the workings for goodwill, non-controlling interest, etc. So everything will be done by you on pen and paper along with the professor as well. This applies for both FR as well as SFM. In case of a fast track batch, the major difference over here is what we try to do is we try to keep the explanation exam oriented. At the same time, we don't cut out on any concepts, just that the explanation is crisp and exam oriented. And at the same time, the sums are all the sums, each and every sum is solved by the professor. However, instead of the student solving it, in order to ensure that we optimize time slightly better, what we have done is we have shared the printed solutions for each and every problem with you. So if you are interested, you can always have a pen and paper and solve parallelly. Pause the video and solve if you want, or you can directly refer the printed solution. So this in a way is a trade-off whereby you kind of cut out on the time. Now if you kind of have completed your inter-CA and you remember solving an amalgamation question would involve a lot of ruling, a lot of schedule 3 presentation, etc. Now we try to kind of cut out on that time and give you the printed solution. Having said that, we do expect that eventually you should do some practice on your own as well, so that you are comfortable with solving on your own. Even in a fast track batch, all the concepts would be covered, just that we will be discussing them in an exam oriented manner, and I will be solving each and every sum on the slides. You will have a printed solution, and if you want, you can always pause the video and solve as well. In terms of coverage, one of the biggest concerns that affects a student is, will there be only a limited questions, shortlisted questions that we do in fast track? Will there be more questions in regular? The answer is no. We do exactly the same problems in regular as well as fast track. In fact, our textbooks remain exactly the same in both the regular and fast track batch, just that in fast track batch we also share the printed solutions, which we avoid doing in a regular batch because the student is going to do that on their own, and that probably that writing practice and self-solving kind of helps absorbing the concept slightly better, but obviously it takes more time as well. So fast track and regular have the same textbook. We cover each and every problem. So we don't say that, okay, these are 20 problems, you will do 10 in class, 10 will not be done. Each and every problem in each and every chapter will be done in the fast track as well as in regular batch. When we look at financial reporting, there are more than 800 problems, close to 850 or so, that are solved in class, in the regular as well as in the fast track. Exactly the same textbook. In SFM, that's close to 400, more than 400 problems solved in class, both in the regular as well as in the fast track batch. Now the content on these batches, whether it is regular, fast track, FR, SFM, has been fully updated up to the ICI study material of May 2022. So the most recent study material has also been incorporated, and the RTPs, MTPs, etc. that have been issued by the ICI have also been suitably covered. So if you have done the regular or the fast track batch, you do not need to separately refer any ICI material. If you want to, you can. However, I mean, this is more than sufficient in terms of the coverage. You do not need to separately refer any ICI material. The coverage is exhaustive and it is the same. We have in fact the same textbook for the fast track as well as the regular batch. Okay, in terms of the hours, typically the fast track batch will be approximately 50% of the regular batch. Sir, how are we doing it in 50% of the time if you are doing all the problems? Well, if you visualize solving a full-fledged amalgamation or a ESOP question, passing each and every journal entry on your copies in your books, and the professor also doing them, that kind of takes care of more than 30-40% of the time is invested by the student over there, which is kind of reduced in the fast track. Again, the explanation is a little exam oriented, though each and every concept is explained, and hence the gap is close to 50%. When you look at FR, that is close to 380 hours. It appears to be huge. However, well, if you have 800 questions, more than 30 odd topics, this is the coverage. If you want exhaustive, it will take time. If you do not want exhaustive, well, you can always cut short. Fast track, approximately 50% of that. SFM, slightly shorter course content as compared to FR, but 230 hours for regular and close to 110 hours including the theory in both regular and fast track. In terms of books, we have the concept book, that is the Shield, along with the question banks, 2 question banks typically in FR and SFM. In the fast track batches, along with these question banks, you also have the solution books. So 2 solution books will be separately added in the fast track batch, which is not there in the regular batch. Sir, not there? Well, you will solve your own handwritten books, will act as your solution sets, which is a lot more valuable in my opinion. The batch recording is generally the 2021 recording from up to September 21. We also had updated it in January 2022 itself for the May 2022 editions. October to December 21 for the fast track. Similarly, up to September 21 for the regular SFM, and September to October for the SFM fast track. So this is all recorded in the second half of or up to the second half of 2021 and updated to date as required. For further changes or amendments, we will share all the amendments with you up to the date of your exam. If the amendments are relatively less, new questions are relatively less, we can upload it on YouTube directly, like we did for May 2020 or May 2022. We can directly upload it on YouTube so that it is much more easier for you to access. At the same time, we also share it on the Google Drive. However, if the amendments or the updates are a lot more, like what was there in May 2021, we will share a Google Drive link or a separate access for every student, irrespective of whether their batch has expired or not. So irrespective of your batch expiry, you will be able to access the amendments up to the date of your exam, so you don't need to worry about that. There will be no additional cost for the same. In terms of your recommendation that which batch is suitable for you, again, this is a much more personal choice, but my sense is that if you have less than 9 months, then I would recommend that you take the fast track batch. Regular will have a lot of pen and paper, but at the same time it will take some time. So if your attempt is, let us say, if this video is being in February 2022, if your attempt is May 22, definitely fast track. Definitely don't worry, you will get full coverage. Even if you are a student who is converting from the old course to the new course and you are worried that will I go from AS to Indes, so will I be able to cope up? Fast track is as good as a regular batch, minus you having to write it down, which also you can in a recorded lecture where you can pause and do it as well. So fast track definitely recommended for a student giving in May 2022. Even November 2022, well, students this is the attempt where students are most of the times really dicey that, well, we have a good 8 or 10 months. However, remember FR, SFM are practical papers. So if you're in the last lap of your preparations, might as well ensure that you have a balanced weightage to all the 8 papers, and as a result, if you're starting now, I would still recommend going for the fast track batch for FR or SFM, unless you are giving just one group, in which case regular would work. But considering the time as well as the trade-off between the time, fast track will work even for November 2022 if you are starting, let us say, in February. So if your exams are within 9 months, fast track is typically more suitable. Exams are after 9 months. Well, you can take fast track if you are a type of person who likes to do everything fast. Having said that, if you do have time behind you, then why not solve it and do it? Maybe it's like the difference between you are kind of listening to what is happening in a mathematics lecture versus you are also solving in a mathematics lecture. So it's not that you will not understand when you're listening, but if you are practicing and if you do have the time to do that and you're not putting your remaining 7 subjects or 6 subjects at risk for the same, then we would say that you can go for the regular batch. Having said that, even if you go by the fast track batch, as you've mentioned, the coverage remains the same. So May 23 onwards, that is more than 9 months. If your exam is more than 9 months or a year away, then typically we recommend the regular batch for both FR and as well as SFM. But again, the choice rests with you. If you are in the study leave and you're starting, definitely, I would recommend going to the fast track batch for either of these courses. Don't worry, in terms of coverage, you will be completely covered. In terms of doubt solvings, whether it is regular or fast track, you will be shared my contact number, and you can WhatsApp or Telegram or send across the doubts, and you should be able to get responses for the same. And amendments will be shared whether it is regular or fast track. I guess I have kind of given you a gist of the difference. In case you still have any questions, and you're most welcome if you have, then you can contact these numbers which we have given over here, or you can visit our website benchmarksacademy.com, where a much more detailed description will be given for these batches. So I guess that should be it. I hope this video was helpful to you. Thank you very much for your time, and wish you all the very best. Good luck. Take care. Bye-bye.